Australia have ended day one at 274 for 5, and in the process, India have added one more name to the injured list, and that is Navdeep Saini, who seems to have had a groin strain and was out of the ground for the majority of the day. To watch how India will approach day 2 with just 4 bowlers at the Gabba Test match, watch this episode of Jatin Scorecard. Australia won the toss and had no hesitation in batting first. We discussed yesterday that the Gabba has been a high scoring ground, especially in the first innings, and hence Australia had absolutely no qualms in batting first. Siraj, with just 3 test matches under his belt, is now the leader of the Indian pack. He got Warner with an absolute beauty to be taken at second slip by Rohit Sharma, and after that Shardul Thakur, bowling his first over, got a little bit of a bonus of a wicket when Harris chipped Shardul straight to square leg to be taken by Washington Sundar. Now this was the time when Smith and Labuschagne came in, and as has been during the series, right from the white ball format, they had a great partnership again. What promised to be a juggernaut was stopped in its tracks by Washington Sundar, of all the people, playing in his debut test match when Steve Smith chipped him straight to Rohit Sharma at short mid-wicket. Matthew Wade walked into bat, and his test spot, his spot in the team is under some pressure, but he played well and added runs with Labuschagne as well. Let's talk a little bit about Labuschagne. For a guy who came into the Australian team having just average in first class cricket in the upper 20s and the mid 30s, Labuschagne has gone to a different level absolutely. He is now averaging in the 60s, sometimes in the 70s, and it's let's say he's not the prettiest guy to watch, but he is one of the most effective run scorers in the game today. He has one great gift, according to me, which is a great eye where he watches the ball off the wicket as good as well as anybody else in the world today, and that is the secret of his success, I feel. Along with that, he's got great fast hands to get him into a good position. And the other thing which not many people have actually pointed out is that Labuschagne has an amazingly in-form Steve Smith to bat with most of the times. So what happens is that as soon as Smith comes into bat, the focus of the opposition shifts to Smith, and they try and get Smith out as fast as possible. And in the meantime, Labuschagne's already reached 30 or 40, and then he keeps milking the scoring from there on. So Labuschagne has been a great find for Australia, 100 again today, and like I said, not the prettiest guy to watch, but hey, batting is not about looking pretty. Batting is about scoring as many runs as possible in as few balls as possible. I think Labuschagne is doing that fantastically well for Australia. India have their backs to the wall tomorrow. They had a good day, don't get me wrong. They had a pretty decent day. They would have been happier if Rahane had held on to a really tough one from Labuschagne early in his innings. But hey, these things happen. This series has been the series of dropped catches. Both units, really good fielding units, but somehow or the other, they're dropping a lot of catches. So India would be pleased. They would have been happier if the score had been 250 for 6 or 250 for 7. I think towards the end of the day, there were a couple of boundaries extra which went in, but that was understandable. India were a bowler short, and with 4 bowlers, Natarajan tiring a little bit, I think that was to be expected. So India have their job cut out tomorrow. I think they will want to get Australia all out before the 400 mark. I think that would be a good performance on this track, and they will need their 4 inexperienced bowlers in Siraj, Shardul Thakur, Natarajan and Washington Sundar to put the brakes on and to be disciplined from ball 1 itself. I think what India will need from Thakur is swing early in the morning. Hopefully one of those balls catches the outside edge and goes to slip. So they will need need swing from Thakur. They will need some straightening and some lateral movement from Siraj, and they will need Natarajan and Sundar to just be dogged in their approach and just to try and bowl as many dot balls as possible, because tomorrow is actually a really interesting day, because the longer the Australians bat into the day tomorrow for as few runs as possible, it kind of lends the match going towards a draw in a certain manner. And I think if India draw the game, then they retain the Border Gavaskar Trophy, and if Australia draw the game, they lose the trophy. So I think Australia is under more pressure because they are expected to win against a heavily depleted Indian team, and they're also at home, so they're expected to win, and to win convincingly. So I think that's weighing on the Australians' minds a little bit, but let's see how it pans out tomorrow. You will again see Ajinkya Rahane, the Mumbai captain, with a more defensive kind of mindset. You will see a deep point and a deep square leg from ball number 1, if I'm not mistaken, and it's going to be a little bit of a game of cat and mouse tomorrow. India will be hoping for early swing. Australia will be hoping that this partnership gets through the first 40 or 50 minutes, and that could set them up for a big total. So leave your thoughts, leave your comments with the hashtag AskChatin on my Twitter handle, and I'll get back to you, or else I'll see you at the same time tomorrow.